Hello guys, in this section of video we will see some solid forms. Solid forms to create some typical components which are not in some command forms, but we can create our own. That may be like elevational components, some furniture components, some typical um, corrugated columns, foundation square column footings, like some porch site components that can be created using the solid forms. So in this command architecture, you will find some component command. There are two commands, like there is one place command, another is a model in place. In place commands, you can import from libraries basically. Actually, there are some created by the Revit itself, and in edit type you can find the another ones, another also, or there must be having some database. So from there you can also import that one. Like this is desk, and you can see that I have imported this here screen. Okay, so this is desk, and some of the parameters of this desk can be edited from this type properties: depth, height, leg height, width. Actually it is created on a family platform. We'll see that family things in another video. So this is 3D component which is created by default with Revit libraries, and now we'll create our own here using some solid forms. So I have inserted or linked file from AutoCAD platform. Now there are three different files from which we will be creating some typical solid forms. For that, this is I will be going to click on just single one. So I'll be not using this 0 0 door frame. First of all, we'll create a door frame. So others are off for time being. Now you can see here that it's a door frame, and this is plan basically. And in front view, you can see there is a, sorry, in this also you have to this off. In every view you will have to of that thing. So in front view you can see the elevation of that particular frame. Actually there is frame this thing. Actually this is a plan, and in plan you can see the different parts of that frame. In annotation you can see this is actually point 1 means 4 inches, whereas this is 0.08 something 0.075, so it is near to 3 inches, and that particular length of that frame is 0.9 meter, or you can say 3 feet. Now if I want to create a simple this uh, leg of that door frame, then there is command architectural component model in place, and I can use the generic models or any one of it. I can use the furniture also. So in furniture also you can create your solid forms. So I'll type here door frame, because you will be creating your n number of solid forms, so you'll have to name it at starting. Okay, so what is meant by solid forms? There are 5 of the solid forms and some 5 of the void forms. So we'll start with extrusion. So extrusion means what? Extrusion means you can extrude the plan or a profile against remaining axis. Now you are working in a XY plane basically. This is X and this is Y, and in elevation that will be Z axis. So if I create any of the form or the profile in top view, like if I create a rectangle here with some dimension, and now it's showing some depth for it, that is 0.25. Let that be 0.9 meter, and just go in 3D view. Now you can see there is that profile. Now if I say that edit, finish edit mode, then you'll find that one box is created. Means I have created a profile in the top view, and when you extrude it, that the profile will be extruded in remaining axis, that is Z axis. So if I say finish model, then the box will be created. For now, I am not going to create any 3D model, but I am going to create the leg of frame. So for that, again I will have to go to architecture, component, model in place, using again furniture and furniture's door frame, and now I'll create a profile using extrusion command. So the height will be 2.1 meter because the height of that particular leg of that frame is 2.1 meter. So using the sketch mode and using line command, I will be just draw a sketch here on that leg, and I will give the height as 2.1 meter. I can say finish. So in 3D view, you can see that particular frame is part of the frame is created here. You can see here. In shaded view, it will be more clear to you. Okay. So I can say finish mode, and this will be finishes, right? But in extrusion command, the profile can be extruded, and that will be in a one axis only. But now if I want to create this whole frame, then there is a command, and that is called as sweep command. So in architecture, again I have to go to component, model in place, and again furniture, and we'll create here door frame. Okay, but for that you will have to use a sweep command. There is a difference between extrude and sweep command. In extrusion, a profile or a plan can be extruded in a single direction, whereas with sweep command, it can be extruded in multi-direction, like with straight line also, with some arc also. So first of all, I will take a command sweep command, and I will create again. There is a difference. Now I will have to sketch a path, but I will have to sketch a path, and the path is on a front side, means front view. So first of all, I will have to go to south view, sketch path. As soon as I click on the first front view, it will ask for your work plane, because till now we were working on a horizontal view plan. All of a sudden, now I am in a front view. So the software is asking for the work plane you are going to use. As I am in a front view, I am going to use a front elevation as my view. So I will have to pick some plane on this particular view. But now there is it's a single entity, so it hasn't got any face. So for that you should use. So I will have to get out of this particular thing. Again I will have to go to level 1 on the timeline. I will have to use as a wall as a reference model, wall architecture. So I am using this wall as a model. Again I will go to south. Now architectural component, again the same procedure, model in place, furniture system, and name it door frame. Okay, now it will be sweep command. It's asking you for the sketch path. So my profile will be extruded against this path. So I will pick a plane, and first of all I make that plane parallel to this view, and for that I will have to use the one surface here, because as it's taking a single line, as soon as I click on that particular point, it will select whole face. I have selected this face, means your work plane will be parallel to this front view. You can see that it's showing that your work plane is parallel to front view. Now I will be using this outer part of the frame for like this one. This is sketch mode again. It's in magenta color. So now I created a I have created a path. Now you can see here that as soon as I have draw this line here, the plane for profile which is perpendicular to this line is created by default here. You got it? I started as this line, and as I started this with line, the perpendicular plane is created to that line just to draw a profile. You can see that in that 3D view. Now I will click this one to come out of the just a sketch. So this is I have created a path. Now I will have to go to create edit profile. As soon as I go to edit profile, it will ask you that where you want to create. Naturally that will mean level 1. Now this is the basically plan for that particular platform where you can create your profile like this one. In this command, swift command, first I have created the path, then the profile. Now I will go to again this 3D view. You can see finish profile, finish this whole thing. You can see that this thing is created here, and that is your frame. You can see here, right? So you can finish model. Sorry guys. And so this way I have created a frame here using the sweep command. So you are seeing that using the extrusion command, that particular profile or the plan will be extruded in remaining direction, whereas in sweep command we can extrude that profile or plan in multi-direction. Like if I want to draw some pipe here, you can go to level 1 and you can create one architectural. Again you can go to component and in model in place and in furnitures or in any of the command I say pipe. I want to create some pipe. Okay, now using the sweep command I can see that first of all we will have to create a sketch path. So in path you can using this draw commands I can create. Now you can see that this profile is created. Like now I want to have some pipe, right? Say I will in sketch path, then I will go for edit profile. Now it is asking in which view you want to create a particular that profile. So in east, because this is the direction, so in that perpendicular to the direction means this will be the east in which I will be creating my profile. So now in this profile I will be draw some circle as a path like this. Then I will go to 3D and I can see that I have created a path and I have created a profile perpendicular to that path. You can say end and again you can say end. Now this pipe is created in multi-direction. So I can say finish model. This way you can create a sweep. So this is the thing. If I want to create just a pipe in any direction, in any view, I can go architecture, then component, then model in place, then furniture or any one of in this command, and you can go for creating a pipe in actually extrude command. I will say pipe, but now you have to provide, as you are extruding it, you have to provide a depth. As soon as I complete the finish mode and see that the pipe is created here. So circle was the profile here and this was the depth was this direction. But in sweep command the path was the main thing against which your profile we are going to create. So this is the thing. Now this is another sketch in which the footing, you can see the plan of the footing and the elevation of the footing or the cross section of the footing. So how it can be created? Again, I will have to go to this component model in place. I go for another, basically I can create that in a floor also. So I will be creating the footing here, and for footing we will have to use the blend command. Means you can blend any sketch in another sketch. So in blend command, first there will be two things you have to draw. So by default there is a top, and another thing is edit bottom. Edit top means you are drawing these things on this particular platform. So top, I will be creating rectangle here only, and actually first of all I will have to see what is the height here. So for height, that you will have to again go to annotations and you will have to see what is the height here. So that is 0.19 something. So again, architectural component model in place, that you can take a floor, then footing. So in footing there are two planes in the blend command. Edit top, this is edit top, and I'm drawing some base on this, and the depth will be 0.19, which is the height of this footing. So now I have created the base of that, and now I'll go for, I have created, when it's showing that edit top, that means you are working on a base. Now if you say edit top, means you will be working on top of it. So top portion is this nothing but the this part, this is column base. So now I have created two things here, and I will say base. So you can see the footing is created. So this is the thing. So first of all I have drawn this base and then top, and I have given height here. So this is all about the blend command. In blend command, not only you can use the same profile, but you can use the different profile also. So architectural, again component, model in place, and I will be using, again I will go to some floor command, and this is footing 1. Okay, so I will be using, whereas blend command, which means it's showing edit top, is means you are working on it base only. As a base I will be using as a rectangle, but when I click edit top, I will be, this will be the height, let that be 1 meter, and now top will be my circle. So in 3D view you can see that thing, in 3D view, sorry, you can see that thing, the actual how it is created with using the rectangle and circle. This way you can see that rectangle circle is blended in a rectangle with some height. So this is blend command. Any profile can be blended in another profile, and with finish model, that will be the end of that command. So this is basically, this is the, actually you can say blend command. So till now we have seen extrusion command, sweep command, and this was a blend command. In next thing we will be seeing the basically the particular revolve command, and some of the using again extrude command is that model. So in this view, in particularly every view you will have to make that up. So I will have to use the table thing. I will be creating the table thing, and so no need of this solid model is here. So actually this is a table, actually this is tabletop, this is front elevation, and this is left elevation. So in this table, or you can see it's a teapot, in this table we will be using the extrude command. The side, for side component we will be using the sweep command. This is for this leg of this teapot we will be using the revolve command, and for this, actually these are the 4 side legs also, that for that we will be using the extrude command. So this is in top view, you can see that there is a plan. Sorry, in this we'll have to make this up also footing. So footing will not be here, only table will be here. Okay. So for south view also I will be using again in each and every view I will have to add that table only, and so you can see that. So for for this particular table you can see in level 1 means horizontal thing there is a plan. In south view there is a front elevation or a section you can say, and east view that will be left elevation, right? So for this top actually I have to create a levels here, that will be better idea, best idea, architectural level. For this thing I will have to create a for tabletop, right? So this level is not needed, so delete it. Let this be tabletop. This will be tabletop TT. So this will be a TT tabletop. Okay, sorry, table bottom basically. A tabletop, but it's bottom of the tabletop. So first of all, I'll create this particular with extrude command, and this thing you will have to create with that shift command, because in front view you can see this thing, and in left also. Sorry, this is the left view, and this is the front view. In both view, you can see this basically side part, that is nothing but the, that means that is shift command that you will have to use, because if you see that particular profile in two views, that means you will be using the shift command. For that, first of all, you have to go to tabletop, and I will be again in this view. You have to make this off, so that will be complex thing. So I will be doing the table on this thing. So for that, again I will go to architecture component, modeling place, and I'll go for furnitures. Okay, and that this will be tabletop. Okay, and so tabletop is nothing but extrusion command. So I don't have that particular right now the height, but I think it's 1 inch, or you can say the 24 mm. 1024, 1024, 0.024, that will be 1 inch. Finish this thing. You can see that tabletop is created here, and in tabletop again I have to go for this. This is the profile, basically a profile of the side component, and you can this will be the plan. You have to create the part, and in front view you have to create the that profile. So this will be finished model, architectural component, modeling face, and for furniture that will be side component or the side component. Okay, and in which will be drawn by swift command, and again sketch path, and I will be using this as a sketch path. This whole thing is a sketch path. Now you are seeing that as soon as I have drawn this line perpendicular to that, means in east view you can draw a profile. So edit profile you can say, and you will have to go to east. Okay, so here you can draw that particular profile, and that profile you can draw using this. So an R command, before that you will have to use line point, and then R command. This will be better. So small sketch, so it's finish. No, that will not be useful because